Hello and welcome back, everybody, to Crossmaglen News Bites. I am going to give you all the news of what is happening in the town and in the Crossmaglen area, outside of the town as well. It's been a really busy week for me, so I think I'm just going to keep you updated on today on stuff that I've been involved in. It's not everything. It's been an absolutely crazy week, but I'm going to give you some of the stuff that I've been doing this week, just to keep you informed. What's happening in the square, around the town, and outside of Crossmaglen, within the Crossmaglen area. So I mentioned last week that I was very disappointed to hear on early Sunday morning that there had been trees and bushes and stuff in Crossmaglen Square that had extensive damage after antisocial behaviour, that they had been broken off. The community association actually had come out, there's pictures of it. So yes, as I mentioned last week, the community association had come out and with the chainsaw to make safe the branches and take away all the debris that was left behind in the trailer. They were very good to do that on a Sunday, and there was a lot of stuff. It was very disappointing to see. So I made contact with the council to inform them of what had happened and maybe for them to come out and have a look. I had informed them that the community association had been out to clear it and to leave it less dangerous for children or anybody who was walking beside it, and to clear the leaves and the branches that had been left behind. So the council, I was actually delighted to see coming back that there is a number of tree planting schemes that are going on around the South Armagh area, but in particular Crossmaglen is going to have, supposed to be this week, could be next week, they're going to have 6 new trees planted in Crossmaglen. They were going to replace one of the trees that had extensive damage done to it, but I think, I'm no tree expert, but I think they're going to allow the tree to heal itself to see if that will happen, and if not, it will then be replaced at a later stage. There's going to be a beautiful cherry tree that is going to be planted in one of the circular areas in the square. And staying on the topic of trees, we have a council official coming out on Wednesday, and I can't wait to meet them in relation to our sustainable Christmas tree. So in Crossmaglen, we have been very lucky for years on end to have a cut tree, and it's a big tree that's put into the top end of the square, and it's there for us all to enjoy. So this year and previous year, the last couple of years, the council have tried to do sustainable Christmas trees. So they pick a spot, they plant the tree, and then the tree gets to grow there. It doesn't ever be taken down, and it's just to promote greenery, and it's good for the environment to have this tree. So we're meeting during the week for that. That'll be interesting to see. We have a place that we would like. The community association is also going to meet with them along with myself. So that'll be interesting to see how we get on with that there. I had a number of constituents come and tell me about how untidy the school play park is. The bin was overflowing, and the grass hadn't been cut in a wee while, just over lockdown. I suppose they hadn't been seen to just as much. You can see there the bin is overflowing. This is a park that is used, it's very often. The children from all around the Crossmaglen area come to it. It's just beside St Patrick's Primary School. So I had a very positive meeting on the same day as we were discussing the tree damage in Crossmaglen. I had a very positive chat, and that is going to, I see the grass actually had been cut today, not only in this park, but in the square as well, and the U Club. But this had been cleaned up and the grasses were going to be cut, but they're going to power hose the grounds and the equipment, which is really good, especially after the whole pandemic and the COVID that has come up, and the parks are just opened again and children are in playing. So I felt it was a really good move to get the power hosing done of all the equipment, so the children can use it safely, knowing that that it's a clean and welcoming area. But what I would do is I would promote people to take their rubbish home. In the height of this pandemic, I think we all realised that when everything shut down, we had to stay at home, and it was a good lesson for us to realise, just realise a lot of different things, that we have to look after our community and keep them safe and healthy. And I think just with germs and stuff like that, we're trying to watch out for that. Instead of using the litter bins, if you absolutely have to, that's fine. But if you can, to take your rubbish home, maybe take a bag with you and take the rubbish, put it into the bag and take it home with you and dispose of it at home and recycle. And it promotes recycling as well. So that's really all in that. So very positive from the council feedback there that they are going to clean that up. Another issue I've had, and I've heard this over the years, numerous different times, but recently I've heard a lot of my constituents come to me about the speeding on the Cullaville Road. I have done extensive work throughout the last month or so to try and get speed reducing or speed calming measures in place on the Cullaville Road. It is a 30-mile zone, and there is houses there on the Cullaville Road. I personally live in one of them, so I know exactly how fast the cars go. And I ask anybody that is on that road and using that road, whether it be come from the town towards Cullaville or Cullaville towards Crossmaglen, to slow down. There is children and elderly people on the road. There's cars pulling out from their houses. It is so dangerous. I have, I don't know what way this is going, how this is going to play out, but I have asked for an application to be put through the PCSP that we get the speed indicator up on that road to show people what their speed is and to slow down. I have also reported this to to policing to see if there is any measures and what measures are they taking to slow the traffic down on this road in particular. And then I've been on to, I'm actually having a meeting with the road service to see what long-term plan we can have in place on the Cullaville Road to ensure that the traffic slows down. I can't tell you how unbelievably dangerous it is. There is a row of houses in particular. I think there's 9 houses in the row, and there's no garden out the front. It is so dangerous. Children cannot go out and play. So I ask anybody that's listening tonight, especially new drivers, people that's hurrying to work, people that will now be going to school again, to, if you're in a hurry, slow down and don't, there's no point, arrive alive, and don't speed to work or to school or wherever you're going. There is children on the road, but hopefully, look, at those measures will be taken in fairly quickly. So I want to say a big well done again to Cullaville Football Club. They have this continued success on, I think it's Sunday evening, their drive-in bingo. And I think if you get all your numbers, you doot your horn and they come to the car and they check your numbers. And it's really, really, really good fun, and a great initiative, especially through the lockdown period, and that nobody can be in, there can't be big amounts of people in the same room at the same time. So they have done this and they've had continued success. And I thought it was a brilliant idea. And there we go, the drive-in bingo night. So yeah, and I encourage them to continue it for as long as they can, because I've heard great feedback from it. Yeah, so in terms of Crossmaglen Rangers, their under 6s and under 7.5s training is back this Friday night, the 31st of July, from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's great to get the children out training again. There was matches on last week and the training had been cancelled just due to the pitches not being available. So that's back on. One other thing, and lastly, oh yes, there's the Rangers. Actually, they have, that's another thing I wanted to mention. They have had a hand sanitizer here station that has been placed in the Rangers grounds. That's local businessman Colm O'Neill who is supplying these. He's he's supplying these hand sanitation stations, and is doing a great job. But it's great to see that the Rangers have taken it so seriously. I think I mentioned a couple of weeks back they had a clean-up group come in, and it just shows the importance of the health of their members and their football players, that they are taking every measure to ensure that the safety of the sanitation is being upheld, those with guidelines and all. So yes, lastly, I wanted to mention that St. Joseph's Summer Camp is on August the 17th. And it starts on August the 17th for that week. The times are from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. I believe the time is 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. because on that same date, I believe that the P7s and the Rang Shocks are back to school on the 17th to the 20th or the 21st. And it's from, that's in St. Patrick's Primary School and the Gael School. Other schools I will update is next week around the Crossmaglen area, whether it be Glasdrum and Clonlake and all the rest of the schools. I will get those times up, but I know for St. Patrick's they're starting back. They're doing that week to get a cheerio with the P7s and do a wee bit of educational talk on computers and internet safety and all of those things. And I think it's lovely that the children will get all back in together to see their friends before they separate for their big school in September. And I encourage every parent to send their child to the last week in the primary school, and then if they are going to St. Joseph's, to go to their summer camp, because it's really good to get them to know their wee friends and get them all get together again. I'm going to move on to the birthdays. I have a list that Catherine McCabe, she was in this office every single day giving us our lunches, and only for, I don't know what we do, we'd starve. But she's given me a list of birthdays. So I'm going to go with the pictures that I have. So this is my party colleague, Councillor Una McGuinness. It was her birthday yesterday, the 27th, I believe, yes. So a big happy birthday to Una. We have next Deirdre Ogle. It was her birthday yesterday as well. A big happy birthday to Deirdre. And I have a very, very special girl next to say a happy birthday to. A big 8th happy birthday to Rose Finnegan. Rose is having her party with a couple of, with her brothers and 2 of her wee friends in the house at this very minute. So she is just, because it's obviously still the lockdown and we're still restricted to what we can do. She's been such a good girl through the whole pandemic, and she'll get a big birthday after all this, after the lockdown. So that's my own wee girl. She's a big 8 today, so a big happy birthday to Rose. Other birthdays that were last week were Jane Martin on the 24th of July. We have Evelyn Carraher from the Anamar Road. She was last week. Colleen McLaughlin on the 25th of July from Cregan. We have from Crossmaglen, Sharon McDonald, Rakeelan Park. Fergal Casey on the 25th of July. Jemmy McCardle on the 25th of July. And Sean Ahern on the 20th of July as well. And other people's birthday for this week. A big birthday shout out to Josephine Mackin on the 28th. Margaret Gorman in Ballybeneby on the 28th. Former Sinn Féin MLA Megan Fearon is on the 29th. A big happy birthday to Megan. Darren McNally from Katie, I think that's the councillor. She's better than me. She knows, Catherine knows all the birthdays. Blackie Gareth Rooney on the 29th from Crossmaglen. Shane McCardle on the 29th. Marisa Hannity, a girl that was in my young class at school. She's living down in Rakeelan Park now, on the 29th of July. A big happy birthday to her. Margaret Rail from Silverbridge, she's on the 1st of August. John Patrick Gorman and Justina Finnegan from Lismore is also on the 1st of August. So a big happy birthday to all of them out there. And I hope everybody is keeping safe and well in Crossmaglen. And I really look forward to having you all tune in next week.